Who's here? What's your name? Wow, it keeps going off. Who's here? What's your name? Can you make that cat go off again? Thank you. We're nowhere near that. There's no technology. There's no phones near
Nobody's
that.
touching it. I'm sat on the floor.
Nobody's touching it. Nobody's anywhere near that. Who are you? Who's making that cat a ball go off? Who are you? Can you tell me your name?
Well, hello, good morning it is at the moment. Oh, what can I say? We've come to this location that we're at the moment. We just came for a couple of days away, but it's just turned into quite a bit of an investigation for us. Last night we were in our room. I can't say where the location is at the moment, but I'll probably say it later on in the video. But our room last night was very active. The main thing we got was the cat ball and the K2 going off. The cat ball, nobody near it. We got that on video, and it just kept going off. And the K2 ever so often flying up into the bed and going back down. God, I need a shave. And this morning when I woke up, we left the K2 and the cat ball on, and it went off again this morning. So far, last night, we were getting stuff quite a lot. The spirit box as well, that was picking up a few names, people, laughter, kids' voices, but it all seemed like they were very excited to be taking part in this investigation with us, so it was pretty good. Hopefully we'll see what we get for the rest of the time that we're here. Other than that, it is a very active and spooky place where we are. I'll see where that is later on. So, until then, I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, this next clip I'm going to show you, it's just the night when me and Cheryl first got to the hotel, or the inn that we were in. The inn that we were in? The inn that we were in, okay. As you can see in the video, we didn't have the K2 on at the time, so we didn't capture that on video, but what we did capture is the cat ball going off, when nobody was nowhere near it, and it was going off when we were asking it to, which we found was really impressive. It's a good bit of evidence, and I will show you for you now.
Buff. Who's here? What's your name? Wow, it keeps going off. Who's here? What's your name? Can you make that cat go off again? Thank you. We're nowhere near that. There's no technology. There's no phones near that.
Nobody's touching it. I'm sat on the floor.
Nobody's touching it. Nobody's anywhere near that. Who are you? Who's making that cat a ball go off? Who are you? Can you tell me your name? I don't know. You've got me. You know, I'm like, oh my God.
Did the cat ball go off again?
Can you say that cat ball? Wow! Oh my God! Who's here with us? Who's here? Nobody's near that ball. There's no technology near that ball. You have to be close to it to set it off. You have to touch it to set it off. Who's here?
Okay, well, let's say I hope you enjoyed watching that one. As you can see, we did get a lot of the cat ball going off. Absolutely brilliant, I thought, for that night. Okay, well, the next lot of videos we'll do, because obviously during the day, we don't have much more to do apart from going out and looking around the local areas and things like that. So I've done a few videos of local areas. Going to an old gatekeep place, gatehouse place. It was done for all the monks and that in the day. There's a lot of information that I've captured on the video for that. We walk around there. It's a lovely place to go and have a look around. And we also then go into some caves, which again are going back a long time to when the monks actually used the place, apparently, from a source from the inn that we were staying at. It was just a storage place that was supposed to be a secret storage place that was over there for the castle that was on the other side of the river, and that was used to just move the stuff backwards and forwards from there. The one thing I found was really interesting about it was the fact that there's all this graffiti going back to 1887 and further back than that, where people have just written the names and the dates and that, like, and it was just a bit of history right in front of you to think that somebody over 150 years ago had actually stood there doing that. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And at the time, as you'll see in the video, once we came out of the caves, I was going to get some still photos for Cheryl to put on Facebook. As I went back to go through the door, there was a male stood in front of me and he would not let me through. His energy just stood there, and he was like, "It's like you've been in once, you've looked around, now go away. You're not wanted, you're not welcome." Of course I went in. But yeah, he wasn't happy. He was tolerated that we went in there first time, but going back in again, he wasn't happy. If I can describe how the guy was stood, he had like a big stick in his hand. It was like a big walking stick. You're going back what he was wearing. You're going back hundreds of years for him. And he was very unshaven, very dirty looking. And he was just basically in charge of the place and looking after it. So that was interesting as well. But we videoed it, we've got it all, and yes, we did get out of breath going back up the hill, which you'll see in the video. Thank you. Enjoy. Well, people who know neither where we are anyway, as you can see the name on that train station sign. And we're going to walk across there. I'm going to go and see this abbey. Well, I was going to film myself. Look at my hair sticking up everywhere. Look at the choo-choo train. Choo-choo train, choo-choo. Cheryl's next to me, but I'm not allowed to put her on videos. So she's hiding behind me. But we're walking now. Look at my hair sticking right up. We are going down to a old abbey. It's by the river, and we've got some caves as well. So it's high up, very high. Some houses. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Realise it there. So yeah, we're going to go and see what this old monastery is about and see if there's anything spooky to do with this. A lot of people probably guessed where we are, if I haven't already told some people. But here we go, look at this. That is a long way down. Like this. That view. Right, do some more video when we get to the Abbey. See you in a bit. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, we're going out walking there. Oh, that's rubbish. Oh, it keeps going up and up. It's down this route. Oh, nice one. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting this. Wow, that big whole fireplace. Oh, there's another floor. It's got the things on.
You've got to put some more stairs to go to the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have to. I'm so unfit these days. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I'll fit it better.
They're like old rooms or something, aren't they? Wow. This would make a brilliant investigation location. There's another fireplace up there. So this would have been a floor, see the bit sticking out.
Yeah.
That would have been another fireplace there. That would have been a door for the next floor, look.
Yeah.
You come down a couple of steps.
I don't think you can get to do much on the next sort of steps.
So we'll have a look up. Let's keep going up.
Oh, there's even more stairs. You can only look out this way here.
It just keeps going up and up and up.
Down. And then a bit more.
Let's get a bit of video out there then. And that's where we were just stood. Wow. Looks like we're going up onto the roof. Up onto the battlements. Oh, it won't let us out. It's locked. Oh, bang my head.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, I just knocked myself out. There's the battlements, but it won't let us out. Yeah, look at that. Don't bang your head on that big bit of wood. Right, I'm going to film going down the stairs.
Don't fall down.
And that'll be it until we get to these caves.
Oh, really?
I'll have to go back up now on the maps and have a look. Whoa!
I'm going to do one step at a time. I can't try to take one. going down.
This is mental.
Yeah, very spirally.
Well, people will say, are you picking anything up in here? And I would turn around and say, yes, very much so.
What do you pick up?
There's lots of residual energy.
It's not any monks.
Say again?
It's not any monks.
Monks? Oh, there's lots of different people.
This can make you very dizzy.
Yeah. God, imagine coming down here when you had a few to drink. It'd be all over the place.
That water's been coming up over the car.
Let's go. I don't know if they're supposed to apart now. Well, that's it. We'll see you when we get to the caves. Look, my hair's not got any better. Bit more sweaty though, after climbing up that thing, which that's where we were, on that tower. We just drove a little way. And we're just going down this path now towards these caves. So hopefully, caves will be alright. Hey Shizzy, hello Shizzy. There's a view from over there as well, if everyone can see. Right, see how we get to the cave. Here we are at the caves. Steps to go down. I'll be a gentleman and take Cheryl's hand. Yeah, but I've got to be a gentleman and hold your hand, see? Oh, these writings on the wall, look. 10/14/64. Ronald Carlisle, is that? It's Carlisle.
Look if you're on the river down there.
Lots of people done some schooling. Oh, some people love each other there, look. And Ellen was here. 1952. Ah, what I found was that really, 18 something there. 80, 18, I'm going to say 52 on that one.
Oh, there you.
I want to get some more dates.
It's amazing the history though, isn't it?
Very much. I say that was done in 1852.
I know, there's graffiti artists even in them days.
Yes. That's one they called J.N. Dalton. And they're doing Roman numerals. A.J. Forsyth. I'm going to guess that's 1894. Wow. See when the river's rose, it's come up to this. And this is going into the cave, and we're going to see if we can find Cheryl. Oh, there's loads of it. It's just spitting everywhere. Oh, pardon me. Ooh, as we go into here.
Spooky does.
Very much a cave.
You could come and sleep in if you're homeless.
There's Cheryl at the doorway.
You could come and sleep in if you're homeless.
You could do. I don't know what you'd be sharing it with, but There's just graffiti everywhere. Who's that? December. See it better on the camera, really. 76, that was about 100 years before I was born. It's just how neatly it's graffitied in. It's like they really took the time.
Oh, there's some ducks down there.
Don't you fall.
There's some ducks.
It's another cave. In 1876, 100 years before I was born, someone graffitied that. J. Scott, 1871. I am just amazed by it all.
There's some cracks down there.
Yeah. Should we take it over and have a look? Oh yeah, it must be on the nest. Zoom in a bit for everyone to see. Not quite, can't zoom in. Just so I see a little bit of a change in colour. Well, there's the river though. There's the river running past. And that looks like it goes very deep out there. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's different. Some other caves are considered different, aren't they?
Oh, it's in a fireplace there, look. Someone actually did live here. Who we got here? Oh, wow. 2nd of the 1st, 1833.
Oh, it's a long time ago.
Looks like Ashbridge. And then we come up to like people doing it these days and just scrape another stone onto the rocks there. Look. Wow.
Big bee coming your way.
1856.
Big bee coming your way.
Right, oh yeah. Buzzy bee.
It's just round there.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah, quite nice. Good, I'm pretty like.
I'm just videoing for people. Just let you know what's just happened is I'm wanting to. We're just about to leave, and I forgot to get some still pictures for Cheryl to put on Facebook. And as I came down to this doorway to go back into the caves, it felt I'm not allowed to go in. He doesn't want me to go in here. There's actually a man here who doesn't want me to go back in. I'm going in, but he doesn't want me. We're not allowed to be here. Oh, he's not happy. Ooh, weird. Right, back to still photos. Just thought I'd give you a quick update on that one. I was just going to vlog this.
On our last walk.
We only walked up a little bit of a hill. And we're both absolutely out of our breath.
Probably on our last walk after summer. That would have been nothing to us. We've got a lot of months to catch up on.
I'm going to die. It's too far. Look, you can see the car from here. It's too far. Well, I'm going to have a rest before we do any investigating tonight.
Fine.
Ooh. Sounds like a good idea. See you when I'm having a pint. Well, as you can see, yeah, we had an absolute brilliant afternoon. Loads of history, and I think it's somewhere we could really do with going back to at night time to see what we can capture then. Okay, so we did move on to the nighttime investigation. It was mainly when the pub was all closed and most people are all gone to the beds and all, so it was quiet, nice and quiet. We did some EVPs down there. I haven't put them on here because we didn't capture anything on there. EVPs were absolutely dead. But we did video ourselves down there. We didn't capture much when we were down there, but I've put them on there so you can have a look and listen as well. So if you do hear or see anything, if you can let us know in the comments or email us or let us know on Facebook, and we can go back and have another look at it. But yeah, enjoy. This is the first part of the nighttime investigation that we did.
To devices on the pool table I just told you about. Let us know you're here that way. Or can you just make a sound? Any sound so we know you're here.
Did you just, pardon me, did you just make this stop recording?
If you're the spirit that made that phone stop recording, can you tell us your name? Can you make a sound or make any other device go off with the lights or affect anything else? Can you even touch me or Stephen? Just so we know you're with us. I welcome you to do that, and I've asked this loads of times when I had it before, but it would be an experience. Would you touch me or would you touch Stephen so we know you're with us?
Okay, let's stop the EVP session now.
Okay. I'll move something in this room or make a sound or a tap. Anything that's easy for you. Can you just do something to let us know you're with us?
Okay, it's a string of horses. Me and Cheryl have already started doing our shouting out here tonight. At the moment, it's a very, very, very strange atmosphere.
It's great.
Very strange atmosphere. So far, nothing's happened. There's a lot of dust around, so that if it's ever any orbs, it's not at the moment, because all we're getting is dust. Okay, can you bang on something for us, please? Can you bang once for yes and twice for no? Are you male? Are you female? Did you used to work here? Were you in our room last night?
This would have been better for an EVP to try and get any answers back.
You got it with us.
Asking questions, but they've got no way of answering us.
Right, so we'll do an EVP session.
Again, as we start this EVP session, we'd like...
We haven't started yet.
We'd like any spirits to come forward and communicate with us in this building or around this building, and come forward and communicate with us. We're going to do an EVP session. We'd like it if you could come through and talk to us. You can also make sounds by knocking something, banging something, moving something, footsteps. You can also light up equipment we have, which is a cat ball on the pool table, and Game after 5. But we're about to do an EVP. We would like to your sponsors, if any spirit here can come forward to communicate, I would like to. We would much appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, EVP session 1. A string of horses. Okay, let's start out and just ask if any spirit that's here. Can you tell me your name, please? Come forward and tell us how old you are. Are you a male? Are you a female? We mean you no harm. Did you work here? Are there any children here? Do you want us to leave? Can you bang on something if you want us to leave? Can you knock on something if you want us to leave?
Can you make one of the lights go off on the table?
Right, so as you saw on them videos, nothing much happened when we were down there. We called out and we didn't see or hear anything, but if anybody did, please put it in the comments below or email us or Facebook us and let us know what you've seen and what time you saw it. Okay, the next one we're going to move on to the video. We went back up into our room and we did the glass deviation in there. Now, a lot of people think doing glass deviation is the same as a Ouija board, but it's not. It's nowhere near the same as a Ouija board, because as a Ouija board you are opening up a portal for a spirit to come through. With the glass deviation, all you're doing is working with energy from the spirit to move the glass around. There's nothing's opened as in the portal wise. I do open up the board first, protect it with the love and light, and I also close it down at the end properly, also with love and light. And most of the video you'll see is self-explanatory. The first time we do it, we didn't catch anything, it didn't move, and then suddenly it did, and the door was slamming. The shower just shut it for me, thank you.
It's very windy.
It is very windy. So please enjoy the videos. The second one, like I say, is self-explanatory, and if anybody has any worries about what happened when we were doing it, please again just comment or email us and we'll explain everything. That we are fine. Anything that was attached to us, we've moved it all on anyway, as far as we are aware. And we always do protection on ourselves, so we were absolutely safe and there was no problems at all, and we still haven't had any problems since. So enjoy the video.
Glass for us, please.
Okay, I can see we're still installing the horses. I'm doing the video now. We're just trying to do a bit of a spirit board going on. Bit of glass deviation, but last night when we did this, we had loads of things going on. It was going mental last night, but tonight it's just so quiet. The K2 on, nothing on that. The cat ball's back over in that corner by the TV, nothing on that.
We had that TV on all three things last night, didn't we? Can you move this glass?
So we went live before on Facebook, walking around so people could see where we were, but nothing.
So if you get nothing, we don't put nothing on. If we get something, then we're getting something. And last night was very active. At the moment it's very quiet and still.
But we're going to keep going, and if we do get something else, if it does start kicking off, which I hope it does, so it's picking up and we start getting some activity, then we'll go back to filming and we'll try and capture it for you. Can you see my phone? Okay, back to the centre. You see the thing that I'm holding in my hand? It's got the light on it.
No, that's alright.
Okay, back to the centre. Are you blind? Do you have good vision? Are you blind?
No, you've asked the questions now. Ask one again.
Can you see okay?
Maybe call yes or no after that. If it's only talking to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to the centre. Are you a negative spirit?
Hello.
Okay, back to the centre. And take the glass back to the centre, please. Take it back to the centre so we can talk to you. Are there any children here?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the centre. Do you like the children?
No. This is meant to be my spirit song.
Okay, back to the centre. Is that your energy I can feel around me? Is that your energy? Okay.
Yes.
Back to the centre. Back to the centre. Are you trying to hurt me?
No, thank you.
Okay, back to the centre, thank you. You're draining my energy, that's all. But it's okay, yes. It's okay, you can do that. You can do that, it's okay. It's okay, so we can talk to you.
No, it's not okay. That's nice.
Are you trying to be friendly?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, back to the centre. Would you hurt the children that are here?
No, this seems like a nice male.
Okay, back to the centre. Is this not the negative male anymore?
No.
Okay, back to the centre.
No. Are you okay, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Do you work with these children?
Yes.
Back to the centre. Take it back to the centre, please. Are you a school teacher?
No.
Okay, back to the centre. Did I see one of the children when I was locking the door?
Yes.
Okay, back to the centre. It's okay if I'm making a noise. It's just you really going right into my energy.
Yeah, it's contagious.
It's nice to feel it though. It is nice. Okay. Yeah, I saw the children around me, around my legs. Have the children gone into the light?
Yes, that's lovely.
Okay, back to the centre. That's good. That's okay. I don't have to do any work.
I don't think I want to talk to me. Back to centre.
Take it back to the centre, please. It's strange how you don't talk to you.
It's obviously just
You
don't
just
have female.
really think,
Probably just a male that might be not like comfortable talking to a female.
Are you in your 40s?
We're talking about when they died or when they're
No, their age.
It's gonna no.
Back to the centre. Are you in your 50s?
Oh,
Okay, and back to the centre. Back to the centre, please.
back to the centre, please. Thank you.
Did you hurt women?
No. He's obviously just not comfortable talking to women. He's done a bit wrong.
Did you like men in lots of different ways?
Okay.
Okay, back to the centre.
That's okay.
Were you in love with a man?
Okay. That's okay.
Back to the centre. Was it wrong for you to be in love with a man?
It's probably his personal belief, no, but as in being wrong in...
Did other people see it wrong?
Yeah, that's the difference, yeah.
Back to the centre. Well, I'm very, very sorry that happened to you.
So am I.
That shouldn't have happened. Is this why it makes you angry?
Yeah.
Back to the centre.
I had a lovely boss called James, who had a boyfriend, and he was absolutely amazing, and you couldn't get a better person. And I loved him with all my heart. You can't get a better person.
Spirit, did you take your own life?
No, that's good.
No, that's okay. That's good. I was worried that you did. Did somebody kill you?
No, that's good.
No, that's good.
Do you from this area, maybe? Like here?
Did you work in this building? Or what part of this building?
No.
Get back to the centre. Are you attached to me or Cheryl? Okay, back to the centre.
Okay.
Are you attached to me?
Oh, here we go. That's me.
And back to the centre. Are you attached to Cheryl?
Why doesn't he talk to me then?
Okay, back to the centre.
Right, so if he's attached to me, why don't he talk to me?
You ask him.
So if you're attached to me, I've only got yes or no. So if you're attached to me, will you talk to me, yes or no? So if you're attached to me, I don't understand why you wouldn't talk to me. That's the thing.
Do you want to hurt Cheryl?
No, thank you.
Are you one of Cheryl's guides?
No.
Do you like Cheryl's guides?
It's got to be a negative.
You are a very complicated man.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the
Get
centre.
back to the centre.
So if you're attached to me, well, would you like to speak to me? Yes or no? Yes. So then there's no need to be shy. Talk to me. Will you ever leave me alone? Yes or no? No.
Back to the centre.
I said no. So are you a negative spirit? Yes or no? Are you negative to me? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cheryl, don't talk for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to ask the spirit a question. And I'm going to ask it in my head. And please answer it just so I can know who you are. Say, come into my energy. I'm asking you a question. Say yes or no answer.
It's moving. Stephen's moved to yes.
Okay, and back to the centre. Spirit, have you gone into the light? I am asking you out loud now this time. My last question that I asked you in my head was, would you go with my spirit guide? I am asking you, have you gone into the light?
No, it doesn't make sense that yes.
What do you mean?
It doesn't. Well, if this is the spirit I'm thinking. It don't make sense that yes. He said no anyway.
Do you want to go into the light?
No. I'm interested. It's not going to leave me alone.
Back to the centre. Are you afraid what's in there?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the centre. Did you do wrong when you were on the earth plane?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the centre.
You do know, just because you're doing wrong on the earth plane, spirit, it doesn't mean you have to negatively attach yourself to myself or anybody else. So why would you do that? Thank you for answering. I know you don't want to leave me anytime soon. You said you won't. But it's really upsetting me. And if I ask you to leave me in peace, or if you want to stay around, be kind, would you do that? Yes or no? Yes. I hope that's right, because if you can be kind, then you're welcome to stay around.
Okay.
But I don't
I'm gonna
want
stop
to.
the recording for a bit now.
But I don't want you to stay around Spirit if you.
So then here we are now driving back to go and see Shellsman after staying at the String of Horses over the last couple of nights, which has been a very, very active location. I think Shell will agree with me.
Yeah.
So we have picked up a few things. We need to get home tonight and go through EVPs and see if we've got anything on there. Also on the videos that I did, see if we've got anything on that. And other than that, we are hoping now to try and get out and start doing more locations and getting more people involved, hopefully. And hopefully grow ourselves as an organisation so we can do more things, and equipment wise, so we can bring more evidence to you, so we can prove that spirit does exist, that it is out there, and that we're not alone and life does carry on. As a spiritualist, I always believe that, and I always will. But please, I would like to say, if you have any questions at all, or if you have any comments on the investigations that we're doing, please just message us. You can find us. We are on Facebook, and obviously we're on YouTube as we are there. And I have started off an Instagram account, and I will be doing a Twitter account as well. I've got lots of things to do when I get home, because I want to try and set up a computer so I can do all this, because we have got other things going on in the background, other projects that we're getting on with, keeping ourselves busy, keeping Cheryl busy, at least, aren't we, Cheryl?
We're trying, yeah.
So then guys, so all I'll say is till next time, stay safe and keep staying safe. Bye bye.